Play this game, or you'll be sucked into the next Holy Grail war. Hi, I'm Apollyon, and I still have no idea why I call this a review when it's more just a suggestion. So I'm suggesting that if you're looking for a game to play that's at least somewhat amusing and, enjoyable, this is a game. I started playing it because I was watching Fate Strange Fake? Fate Strange Fake. And I was like, there's plenty of anime games, I'm sure there's got to be something for this. So I had a look at it and, I was pretty impressed right away. I mean, I didn't exactly expect too much. It's an anime game. But it turns out that it's actually a lot of fun. In the background you see a bunch of clips of my 10th playthrough, because it turns out that if you don't look for certain things, there's collectible biographies and stuff that you can miss. So if you're a platinum hunter, might be worth keeping an eye out for that sort of stuff. And probably the biggest one is I believe it's called a CASTELLA. A CASTELLA. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing that right, I also don't actually care. It was a pain. I did 2 playthroughs specifically just for that, because I was looking for it and I got this stupid idea that I should trust AI. I looked it up and I couldn't find a proper answer, so I tried using AI and I was asking it, where are all the locations you can find it, and how many can you find for words per playthrough through each run? And it just kept giving me the wrong answers, and I found myself getting stuck with that. I trusted it and I was like, this wasn't right, and it was like, no, sorry, I meant this, and then same problem. But I couldn't find proper answers online either. So when you get Castellas, just save them. Save them all. You'll need them for building the base up. The game was a fair bit of fun, although it felt like it held your hand a fair bit too much as well. Specifically in this thing that you're watching now. It's like a game of checkers or chess, and there's so many cool aspects to it, and they really could have had it be kind of like how The Witcher had Gwent. And I really enjoyed Gwent. I was actually pretty devastated I couldn't get the platinum before the game shut down, but it was a nice little strategy game. But the entire time it holds your hand, it lets you know every time a different move is made on the enemy's part, and you go through all this dialogue. And maybe it was just the fact that I'd been through it 8 other times, but it was just really repetitive and annoying and uninteresting. Through my final run, I'm not sure if that's specifically this one, I'd say it is based on the amount of damage I'm doing. I dropped it down to the lowest difficulty because I was just trying to speed run straight towards the thing I was trying to get. I'd missed one thing in Kanda, which you meant to explore, and it specifies as you should explore from the first go, and yet I still somehow just kind of let it slip my mind. And I spent the first bunch of hours just completing everything on the quest board that I could, teleporting back and forth, just trying to get each area done, which in some point was good, because at a certain point you just can't go to places, which really sucks. So it was nice in that aspect, but I didn't realize that all your playthroughs, all your saves, all your different save files, everything's accumulative. So it doesn't matter if you start a new game plus or start a whole new game, everything comes together. So if you say we're missing Say you missed that face for Lancer, which is one of her biography parts, just from talking to the book. You could start a whole new playthrough without going New Game Plus, and if when you get that would count, you'd be set. It's a really nice addition. Like, it's really helped the game, and I played through like a good 3 playthroughs. I think there's 4. There's like 2 different endings, but then 2 different variants of those 2 endings. Oh no, there's actually a third. So there's 3 endings, but 2 variations to the 2 main endings, then 1 like joke ending. The game was fun. It was easy. I mean, obviously I could have made it harder on myself, but if there's no trophy saying to do it, I'm not going to do it. And that's why I like the Souls games. They will just give you the difficulty they're at, and you just have to do what you can with it. I would like more games, not so much like this, but more in the Fate series. I think it could be really good, especially if it was like a PvP game, a Holy Grail war where you could actually participate against other people. I think it could be pretty cool, especially if it was a competitive game, like went into the competitive esports. They could make it like literally the Holy Grail Cup. That'd be pretty cool. Gameplay and mechanics wise, it was all more or less fine. The dodging felt not great. Like, you'd find yourself stuck in long-winded attacks that you just couldn't stop because you spam, I think it's like 6 different combos, maybe 7 different combos, starting with square, ending in triangle, or the final one you can end in square. But it's such a long-winded way to fight. And there's a bunch of different other ways. Like, you have on the bottom left, you'll see there's these little blue lights, and cream, whatever color version you see. They allow you to use different kinds of magic, and then there's another whole magic system for your main character. There's definitely a lot of different ways to attack, but it felt like to get any combo going, it was without a way to cancel it, to dodge any speed in which enemies attack, and the number of enemies, it felt a little bit annoying, especially in some boss fights. And the lack of dodging in the air. Like, if you are in the middle of an air attack, one, it doesn't give you any benefit to attacking in the air. You don't get any extra damage from what I've seen. But you can't jump out of the way, so if you get knocked up by an enemy... nice. If an enemy hits you up in the air with an attack, you're just kind of stuck there taking it. And when you get yourself out of that attack, it just keeps going at you, so you're then knocked into it again. There was a certain laser enemy that the lasers spun around in circles, and that one was especially annoying. Like, you dodge one, but by the time you land on the ground, you run to the other one, or by the time you've dodged one, you dodge straight into the other one, or... I'm sure there's plenty of ways to get around it. It's just, when you get hit by one, by the time your character stands up, you're stuck in the next one. And that definitely felt inconvenient. But aside from that, I mean, the mechanics and the gameplay were a lot of fun. Every character pretty much has a rush attack. Like, there's one character that rides a pig in their attack, another one that, shit, I can't even remember. One is, there's a lot of attacks for each of the servants that sort of fit the same build. Oh, well, there's a Rogue Saber. They get to ride a horse, and it's just this charging forward attack. With normal Saber, it's you stand on water and you like slide attack them, do some of that Garo attack. But it just feels, I wouldn't say cheap, it's not a fun attack. It's not something I ever chose to do on purpose. Either way, if you're looking for a fun platinum, this is what I'd pick. It's definitely nice to have on the list, and I'm quite, happy that I happened to stumble upon it. I mean, I wouldn't have ever seen it if it wasn't for watching the anime, and I'm glad I did. It's a nice addition to my collection. It's also platinum number 190, maybe? I just checked, and it's 186. Still got 4 more to go before I hit 90. Trophy-wise, I'd say it's all pretty straightforward. I mean, you have a bunch of playthroughs to go through, as long as you're talking to everyone you're supposed to, and you're saving those foods. There's definitely some materials that are worth saving too, but I mean, as long as you're not going and selling it, as long as you're only selling trade stuff, you're all set. Anyway, that's all it. That's done. Bye.